Hello to everyone. I am Dr. Alkesh Agarwal, and in this lecture, I'll mainly discuss about the three variable K maps and how they are being used to minimize a Boolean function. So, these are some reference books which include Digital Design, authored by M. Morrismano and M. De Celeti. Another book is Modern Digital Electronics, authored by R. Pigeon. So, generally, there are many methods by which we can minimize a Boolean function. By the word minimization, we mean that we can depict or we can write a Boolean function with minimum number of variables or literals. And the advantage of minimization is you know, we reduce the hardware circuitry so that a Boolean function can be realized with the minimum number of hardware to generate some desired outputs. So we have two different methods. One is called K mapping method, where K stands for Carnot or Carnot mapping method. So we have different kinds of Carnot maps. We have three variable Carnot map, or four variable Carnot maps, five variable Carnot maps, and six variable Carnot maps. Another method is called tabular method, or we have a technical name as Quinn McCluskey method. So in this lecture, I'll mainly focus about three variable K maps. So first of all, it is very important to understand the structure of a three variable K-map. And before that, I'll discuss about the binary representation in 3 bits depicted by three variables x, y, and z. So we have z as lowest, the least significant bit, and x is the most significant bit, and y is the middle bit. We have to focus on the frequency of this z variable, and it varies alternately. That is from 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, and 0 to 1. Then the middle bit, it is fixed for two levels and then changes. So from 0 to 0, then changes from 0 to 1, then 1 1, then changes from 1 to 0, then 0 0, then changes from 0 to 1 and 1 1. And x uh, is fixed to 0 for, in this you can see, for four in four rows. So we have 0 0 0, and then changes from 0 to 1 and remain fixed at 1 1 1 and 1. So these are the min terms. So min terms are being designated as small m with the decimal equivalent, and this is how we write min term. If x is 0, we write x bar. If y is 0, we write y bar. If z is 0, we write z bar. And these are also called product terms, and this I have already discussed in detail in my previous lecture of standard canonical forms. So here I'm again brushing up the basics. So these are main terms, and now we'll come on to the structure of a K map. So this is a three variable K map. Why called three variable K map? Because we have depicted three variables x, y, and z. X variable is depicted or is being written for this row as 0, and x is depicted as 1 for this particular row. Now each row has uh, no each row has four columns. So in all we have two rows and four columns. Now this one box is a cell, and now you can see in each cell we have a min term, and we have a designation of min term, and we have the min term itself. Now how these are being depicted in a or written in a K map? So you can see the frequency of x. X is 0 for 4 min terms m0, m1, m2, m3, and it is 1 for 4 min terms m4, m5, m6, and m7. So that is why we have placed 0 for, which is fixed for 4 cells, and each cell depicting one min term. So x is 0 for 4 min terms, and x is 1 for 4 min terms. Now you come on to this variable yz, variables yz. These yz variables are written in terms of gray codes. Now, again, I have discussed in detail about gray codes. These are non-weighted codes. They have a special pattern of writing. They are not based on weights. So when we move from one level to another, only the one bit changes and the other bit remains the same. So from this level to this level, z changes and y is fixed. From this level to this level, y is fixed and sorry, z is fixed and y changes. And from this level to this level, z again changes and y is fixed. So these are gray codes. So if for this cell, if we see the values of x, y, z, we have x is 0, y is 0, and z is 0. So we have x bar, y bar, z bar, and depicting min term m0. Similarly, for this cell, we have x is 0 and y, z are 0 and 1. So we have x bar, y bar, and z. Again, for this cell, we have x is 0 and y, z are 1, 1. So we have x bar, y, z. And for this cell, we have x is 0 and y, z are 1, 0. So we have x bar, y, z bar. So if again you can see all these cells together, we have x as x bar, x bar, x bar, and x bar because x is 0. If you see all these cells together, we have x is 1. So we have x, 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 and x. If you see this column, we have y and z as 0, 0. If we have y bar, z bar, y bar, z bar. Similarly, if you see these two cells in a column, we have y bar z. So we have y bar z, y bar z. For these two cells, we have y z is 1 1, so we have y z y z. For these two cells we have y 1 z 0, we have y z bar, y z bar. So you can see this k map through different angles. You can see the same information that you have in this table is being depicted in terms of a map which is being termed as k map. So this is a 3 variable k map where we have one variable as x and two variable are y and z. So now we come to further discussion. So here I have taken a very small example, how to simplify a Boolean function, which is a function of 3 variables x, y, z. It is being written in terms of uh, SOP form, sum of product form, that is in terms of min terms. So we have 4 min terms, m0, 1, 6, and 7. So first m0, so we plotted m0 in first cell because this cell depicts m0 min term. I already written m0. Then second is m1. So we have placed 1 in this cell because this cell depicts min term m1. Then we plot 1 in for m6 in this cell because this cell depicts m6. Then we plot 1 in or min term m7 here because this cell depicts m7. So we have plotted min terms m0, m1, m6, m7 as 1. Why 1? Because they are being given in terms of min terms. If this Boolean function was in max terms, so we will have placed 0 over all these places. Now, second is process is to make groups. In order to simplify Boolean function, we have to make groups. All these groups can be in in to keep two powers. So we can have a group of 2 power 1, then we can have a group of 2 power 2. 2 power 1 means we have a group of 2 min terms. 2 power 2 means we have a group of 4 min terms, or 2 power 3, that is a group in terms of 8 min terms, because we have only 8 min terms in total, so we cannot go beyond. So we can have a group of 2 min terms, and in this example we have groups of 2 min terms. In another example we'll see min terms or groups of 4 min terms. So here we can place min term m0 and m term m1 in one group, and we can place min terms m6 and m7 in one group. Okay, and how, on what basis we are saying this? So there is one rule. We can all those min terms can be combined where the difference in their binary equivalent is again 2 power x. So here difference of 1 and 0 is 1, which is 2 power 0. Again the difference between min terms decimal equivalent. 7 minus 6 is 1, which is again 2 की power 0. So with that rule they can be combined. So we have one group of minterm M0, M1 and one group of minterm M6 and M7. Now how to write in reduced form? So if you see M0, M0 can be written as X bar, Y bar, Z bar. How? X is 0, Y is 0 and Z is 0. And this M1 can be written as X bar, Y bar and Z. How? Because X is 0, Y is 0 and Z is 1. So if you see these two main terms here, X bar and Y bar are common. So we took X bar, Y bar common. So from here, from this term we have Z bar, from this we have Z. So we have Z or Z bar, and Z or Z bar is equal to 1. So finally what we got is X bar and Y bar. Similarly, from these two terms can be written as X, Y, Z or X, Y, Z bars. From these two minterms we have taken X, Y as common. So again we have Z or Z bar, which can be combined as 1. So we have X, Y. Now we'll write, we'll combine these two terms as reduced form because they both are further cannot be reduced. We have nothing in common, so we have X, Y, Z in reduced form as X bar, Y bar or X, Y. So this is how we can very easily get the reduced form by plotting the key map and making the groups and writing the min terms in reduced form. So this is the process how we minimize a Boolean function with the help of K-map. So let us see another example where we have a Boolean function fxyz in terms of min terms 0 to 46. So we plot 0 min term 0 by placing 1 in this cell because this cell is for representing min term 0, and we place 1 in the cell for min term m2, then we place 1 corresponding to min term cell corresponding to min term 4, and we place 1 in the cell corresponding min term 6. Now what is the specialty about this scheme map is we have uh, one placed in all the four corners. So all the four corners can be combined with each other. If we assume that this map can be rolled from this position, so these M2, M6 can come adjacent to M0, M4 by rolling. So we can have a group of four min terms. So always remember, if you have a K map and all the corners are being mapped with 1, so all those corners can be combined together. So again you can see that here we are, for the simplicity we are combining M0 and M2 and M4 and M6. So combining M0 and M2, we have this expression. You can see here this X bar Z bar is common, so we have Y or Y bar, which is reduced to 1, so we have X bar Z bar. And from M4 and M6 we have this written in this form. Again we took X Z bar common, and so we have Y bar or Y reduced to 1, so we have X Z bar. Now these again two can be combined because here Z bar is common. So if we took Z bar as common, we have X or X bar. Again we got final reduced form as Z. So this can directly be solved, as you can see and learn from here. So first you focus on these four cells. For these four cells, here X is 0 and X is 1. So X is changing. X is changing. So when X is changing, that variable is being removed. So X will be removed. X is changing. Now you focus on this column and this column. So in this column and this column, here Y is changing and Z is fixed. So again, because Y is changing, we'll remove this variable, and what is remained is Z. And for these two cells, Z is 0. So finally what we get is Z bar. So directly we can also reduce the Boolean function when you have sufficient practice. And this is indirect method. Directly also you can reduce this K map, and the final reduced form is Z bar. Similarly, if you can directly reduce from this K map, you can focus on these two minterms. For these two minterms, x is 0, so you have x bar. So you have x bar, and if you focus on these two columns, you have y is fixed and z is changing. So you have y bar. So directly you can say x bar and y bar. If you focus on these two cells, here x is 1, so you have x is fixed, so x is there in the reduced form. And for these two cells, you have y is fixed and z is changing. So z will be removed and y will remain. So you have x, y. So directly again you can solve this K map. Now we can take another example where the ones are being placed in minterms M1, M3, M5, M7. Again, these four cells can be combined or can be grouped together, and we can have the reduced form. Now again, we'll focus on these two rows and these two columns. For these two rows, x is changing, so x will be removed. And for these two rows, again, y is changing and z is fixed, so y again be removed and z. So in the reduced form, what is left is z. So finally, the reduced form for f x y z is z. So directly we can reduce a k map by removing the variable which is changing, and we keep only that variable or those variables which remain fixed in value. So this is another k map which is a special k map, and where the minterms are being placed diagonally. So the minterms are being mapped for positions m1, m2, m4, and m7. Here you can see that these none of these terms are can combine with another one, so these will remain as it is. So I have written m1 plus m2 plus m4 plus m7. So you can see the final expression comes out to be x exclusive or y exclusive or z. So this is the process how you can finally retain this value. So we have written m1 as x bar y bar z, m2 as x bar y z bar, m4 as x y bar z bar, and m7 as x y z. So now you can combine this first term with the last term, or m1 with m7, and you have grouped this m4 m2 with m4. So we are grouping this because we want to simplify this expression, or we want to get this form. So from these two terms we took z as common, so we have x bar y bar or xy, and from these two main terms we took z bar as common, so what is left is x bar y or xy bar. Now if you assume this expression x bar y or xy bar as a, so this is reverse of a, that is a bar. So now we have z a bar or z bar a, that is exclusive. So x bar y and or x y bar is x exclusive or y, and that is being exclusively odd with z. So finally what we get is x exclusive or exclusive z. So this is special kind of k map. Similarly, you have another k map where ones are being placed uh, in other positions different from these positions. So we have one place in 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 the cell corresponding to minterm m0, m3, m5, and m6. Again, because these none of these minterms can combine with each other, so we have written independent terms. Now we grouped m0 with m6 and m3 and m5. Again, we took from these two terms we took z bar as common. From here in these two minterms we took z as common, and again what we found is if we have x bar y or x y bar as a, so this is a bar, but here the expression is reverse. Here we have z bar a bar or z a, so which is the expression of x exclusive nor. So finally what we get is x exclusive nor exclusive, x exclusive nor with y exclusive nor with z. So because these positions are for this map, we were getting x exclusive or y exclusive or z. For this kind of map, we are getting a reverse expression as x exclusive nor y with x exclusive nor z. So in this lecture, I try to concentrate on basics of three variable k map, how to plot a three variable k map, how to reduce a boolean function with the help of three variable k map. Thank you.